Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and I saw over on Linda's Pantry channel that she requested other YouTubers that also can to make some casseroles using our home canned ingredients. So I thought, you know what, I do that all the time, so I'll go ahead and put one together tonight along with a meatloaf dinner. So let me flip the camera around and I'll show you the casserole that I have tonight to go with dinner. Okay guys, so tonight I am just gonna do a pineapple casserole. The first time I tried this was probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and someone brought it to Christmas dinner, and when I looked at it I thought, I don't know about this, but once we tried it, it was so good and my husband absolutely loves it. So what I'm using here is some of my home canned pineapple, and if you follow a recipe or if you do not have your own home canned, what it calls for is 2 20-ounce cans of pineapple chunk. So you can leave it in bigger chunks like this, or you can turn it into the tidbits. I am gonna leave it in the bigger chunks like this. I have done it with tidbits also, and I just use it, my little NutriBullet right there. I just chop it up in there and chop it up a little bit smaller, works great. So that is going to be the star of our show. Added to that, you're going to need 1 cup of sugar, a dash of salt, 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're going to need 2 cups of cheese. Now I'm just going to use regular shredded cheese. Now this gets turned into this. This is something from my pantry, which is cheese powder, and you don't have to turn it into powder. You can leave it shredded. But if I did not have this, then I could most definitely use this. So this is just a blend of Sharp and a couple of other cheeses in here, and they are vacuum sealed after I dehydrated everything. But for convenience sake tonight, I am just going to use what we have in the fridge. And then butter, we're gonna need 1/2 cup of butter, 6 tablespoons of the pineapple juice, because we're gonna drain the juice off, put it to the side, and then we're gonna use the juice. And then we are gonna need 1 cup of crushed crackers, Ritz crackers. So this is also vacuum sealed, so they stay fresh in the pantry. And so I'm gonna pop the seal on these and get out 1 cup crushed. Okay guys, let's start combining. So first we are gonna take our cup of sugar and 6 tablespoons of flour and dash of salt. And let's just blend all of that up together. Next, we're gonna add our cheese. It calls for 2 cups. I don't have quite 2 cups, so it'll be a little bit less, but still more than enough cheese. So, and then you just wanna make sure that the flour and the sugar and everything gets all over the cheese. You want everything coated really, really well. All right. And then to that, you're gonna add in your drained pineapple. And stir that. Okay, when that is all stirred together, you can just set it aside for a minute. And here is my 1/2 cup of melted butter. And then I am gonna mix in my crumbs to this. These are my cracker crumbs. And I am just making a huge mess. I should have gotten more bowls, but oh well. I didn't wanna dirty more stuff than I absolutely had to. And stir that together. And then we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of our pineapple juice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can take your leftover pineapple juice and sweeten hot tea with it. It is really, really good. So just mix that together and let me get my pan and I'll show you how to layer it up. Okay guys, I have my dish here. I think it's all gonna fit in here. So we're just gonna use this one. And you can see the flour and the sugar and everything has all gotten wet. It has absorbed all the juices, so you don't see any white still in here. You don't want to see a whole bunch of white. So you want to make sure that it sits long enough and you stir it well enough that everything is absorbed. So there is that, and then here is the crumb mixture. I ended up actually adding more crackers. I always forget that if you follow the directions exactly on this recipe, it will be way too soggy. So if you want to use that much pineapple juice, you're going to need a minimum of, what was it, a cup of crackers, so you're going to need to double that. So I had to go back and get more crackers and add more crackers in. So, and I forget every time, because I'm not big on recipes, so I don't use them very often. So when I do use them, I kind of stick with them, and I sometimes forget that they were wrong. So at least this is the way we like it. We don't like it all liquidy and soggy, so we like it more crumbly. So if you like it more crumbly, add more crackers. So, and then just spread this on the top and bake at 350 until gold and bubbly. So I'm gonna pop this in and then finish up my meatloaf and my mashed potatoes. I will leave a link up in the corner if you're interested in how I make my meatloaf. I do not usually use a recipe of any sort. When I make my meatloaves, I just kind of throw stuff together, but I will show you the ingredients that I use. I also have another meatloaf using a packet. I have a video series for new cooks, mainly for my kids and my nieces and my nephews that are just starting out cooking. So sometimes it's easier to use a packet instead of creating your own. So I do have a meatloaf also following a packet recipe. So if you're interested, I'll make sure both of those are linked. Okay guys, if you can hear me over the movie in there, this is what your casserole looks like when it comes out of the oven, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all dished up. This is what the casserole looks like when it comes out. It is so good. So it comes out of the pan really, really well. If you let it sit for just a couple of minutes, whenever you take it out, it'll set up even better and you'll be able to kind of cut it in squares. It is late, it is after 8, and we are just now getting to sit down to dinner. So we are eating it hot and not waiting for it to set up perfectly. So we paired it with some meatloaf, mashed potatoes, some green beans that I had already cooked up and seasoned from the freezer, and some meatloaf that I went ahead and made up, and this is what we're having for dinner tonight. All right guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, then subscribe and follow me. All right guys, have a great day.